The Last Black Man in San Francisco is the directorial debut from Joe Talbot. Joe Talbot, not to be mistaken with the Idols frontman, Joe Talbot. They are two different people. And I've been aware of this film for quite some time, although obviously I've gotten to it for quite late. I mean, it's been out for, I think, about a year at this point, but I guess we'll review this late, okay? It doesn't matter that much. We're way past the hype and no one's really talking about this film now, but who cares? But I was definitely intrigued about the film because I wasn't entirely sure what it was going to be about. But I guess a brief synopsis would be that a young black man in San Francisco manages to reclaim a house that was built by his grandfather. And essentially he becomes the owner of the house. But the house is very much out of reach for him in terms of his, I guess, wealth status. Like, he can't afford a house like that. He's fairly poor and that kind of thing, but he manages to, work his way into owning the house and claiming what he believed was his, because the neighborhood that it was built in is essentially been gentrified, and over time things have changed and that kind of stuff. But because of his access to the house through his grandfather, he becomes the owner of the house. And honestly, I thought this film was going to have a bit more to it. I thought there was going to be a bit more of a deeper narrative, a deeper message to it, really. But essentially it feels, especially in the first hour, like the first hour really felt to me like a collection of scenes. Like, there wasn't really much tying things together to me. I must admit it was quite a strange viewing for me because I just didn't really feel connected to what was going on. There were a few times where you jump around into scenes where I just kind of felt like things were just happening and there wasn't really anything to take away from it. Like, there's a scene where he's at the bus stop and there's a random naked guy that sits next to him, and it's just a bit like, okay. There are a few scenes in the house where like friends come over and they're sat talking, and I just thought there'd be a bit more meat to the bone. Like, I just couldn't really chew on anything. It was really odd because I wanted to take an interest in what was going on, but there were just far too many times where I just wasn't quite fully aware of what exactly the director was going with in regards to some of the scenes. Luckily, though, the second half of the film is certainly where things start to get way more interesting, and some things happen that quickly became very intriguing for me to see. And obviously, I don't want to spoil it because I feel like this isn't a big enough film to do a spoiler review on, because, I don't really know many people have actually gone out of their way to watch this film, so I may as well stay away from spoilers so I can at least try and sell it in a way that makes you intrigued to watch it yourself. But yeah, there are a few things that you find out. You suddenly become more engaged with the characters themselves, because although the acting is really good in this film, like, they're really strong actors and they're relatively unknown. Like, I couldn't tell you what I've seen them in, or honestly even their names, but I think they've definitely both got a decent amount of potential and they played their roles really well. But I just felt like there was nothing to the characters that really interested me the whole way through. It was very much a debut film to me. Like, this felt so much like a debut film. Like, throughout the film, there were so many points where the pacing was so uneven, and you would only expect this from a debut film, to be honest. With some of the scenes as well feeling a bit clobbered together, just kind of like thrown together, a bit mismatched. Definitely again made it feel like very early on in Joe Talbot's career, and I feel like he certainly has more potential than what he's given us in this film. So I definitely want to see more from him and seeing other kinds of stories that he would tell, because this was quite an interesting premise, but it just wasn't told in a way that completely made it an enjoyable experience. It was decent, but there was just so much left that I just wanted more of. I just wanted more from this film. I guess I'll go 6 out of 10 because I think it was decent overall. But yeah, man, I don't know. There was something about this film that I was watching. I was like, I can see where this could go, and it just isn't going there. So I was a bit frustrated. I think it's fine overall though, but yeah, not the best I think we're going to get from Joe. I think he's got way more in him than this. And as well with the actors too. I'm excited to see where they go in the future. Thank you for watching my review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Sorry if it's a bit of an all over the place type of review, but honestly I guess that kind of matches the film, to be honest. But yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Tell me in the comments what you think of this film. Goodbye and subscribe.